Good day everyone, I'm Abigail Smile from Journalism 1A, and I will discuss the Chapter 20 of Ophthalmic Surgeon in Hong Kong, 1891 to 1892, after the publication of El Filibusterismo. Rizal left Europe to Hong Kong on November 1891 to June 1892. His reason for leaving Europe, where life was unbearable in Europe because of his political differences with M.H. Del Pilar and other Filipinos in Spain, to be near his idolized Philippines and family. Farewell to Europe. On October 3, 1891, Rizal left then for Paris to say goodbye to the Lunas and the Farde, the Taberas, the Venturas, and other friends. He proceeded by train to Marseille. October 18, he boarded the steamer Melbourne bound for Hong Kong. On his trip, he wrote a letter of recommendation by one Luna for Manuel Camus, a variant living in Singapore, and 600 copies of the LP. He said writing to Blumentritt was heavenly. There were over 80 first-class passengers, and they are Riparian Spaniards, and Rizal they are the passengers. He friended many missionaries, Italian Franciscan, French Jesuit, and a bishop messenger Ballantyre are going to China. Father Fudge, a trailerist, he enjoyed playing chess. He even described him as a fine fellow, a Father Damaso without pride and malice. Rizal and the German ladies during the trip to Hong Kong. A living of time, the passenger having meal. Rizal being alone at one table, really him occupied some German neighbors who are really eating and gossiping about him, without even knowing Rizal really understand them. Suddenly, the steamer encountered a heavy squall. The door was blown open. Rizal, while listening to the lady, he clearly understood and he closed the door. And then he approached the navy and spoke to them in perfect German. That made the lady very much embarrassed. November 20, 1891, Rizal arrived in Hong Kong. He welcomed Filipino resident and also his old friend Jose Embasa. Then he established his residence where he also opened his medical clinic. December 1, 1891, he wrote his parents asking their permission to return home. On the same date, Manuel T. Hidalgo sent him a letter relating sad news. Hidalgo also preparing for a letter to Queen Regent of Spain explaining the Calamba situation in order to secure justice. Hidalgo's letter clearly revealed the despair and sorrow of Rizal family. Before Christmas of 1891, his father, brother, and Silvestre Ubaldo. Not long afterwards, his mother and sister Lucia, Josefa, and Trinidad also arrived. Christmas in Hong Kong is the most happiest celebration for Rizal family. The Christmas of 1891 in Hong Kong was one of the most happiest Yuletide celebration in Rizal's life. January 31, 1892, he wrote Blumentritt recounting their present life in Hong Kong. Ophthalmic surgeon in Hong Kong. Rizal practiced medicine and used his profession to help her family. He Marquez, a friend and admirer, who helped him build up a wide client. He became a successful and well-known medical practitioner. He had many patients, including British, Chinese, Portuguese, and Americans. He successfully operated on his mother's left eye so that she can able to read and write again. Rizal possesses the qualities of the great ophthalmic surgeon. Rizal had all qualities that would make an ideal ophthalmic surgeon. According to Dr. Demanio de Ocampo, Rizal considered establishing a Philippine colony in North Borneo colonization project. 1892, he went to Sandakan to negotiate with the British authorities for the establishment of a Filipino colony. April 20, he was back in Hong Kong. Rizal, friends in Europe statistically endorsed his Burmese colonization project. On the other hand, object to the colonization project. March 21, 1892, Rizal wrote a second letter for Governor Despujo. In this second letter, he requested the Governor-General to permit his landless Filipinos to establish themselves in Burmese. Writings in Hong Kong. Ang mga karapatan ng tao, this is the Tagalog translation of the rights of man, proclaimed by the French Revolution in 1789. A la Nación Española, this is an appeal to Spain, the right and wrongs done to the Calamba tenants. Sa mga kababayan, to my countrymen, he wrote this in December 1891. This is about the Calamba Hungarian situation. Una vista a la Victoria Gaul, a visit to Victoria Gaul. He wrote this on March 2, 1892, about his visit to the colonial prison of Hong Kong. Hong Kong Telegram. He contributed article on this British daily newspaper, whose editor is her friend Mr. Fraser Smith. Constitution of Legal Filipina, the most important writing during Hong Kong's sojourn, printed in 1890. Decision to return to Manila. 1892, Rizal made up his mind to return in Manila. His relatives and friends of Rizal opposed to his decision to return home because going back there means death. Not even the fear of death could deter Rizal's decision to return. Last Hong Kong letters. The following day, June 20, he wrote 2 letters which he sealed scripted in each envelope to be opened after his death, and gave this to his friend Dr. Marquez for safekeeping. Letters from Dr. Rizal addresses to his parents, brothers, and friends. The second letter is for the Filipinas, and the third letter is for Governor Despujo. June 21, 1892, Rizal and his sister Lucia left Hong Kong for Manila. They carried a special passport of safe conduct issued by the Spanish Consul General in Hong Kong. Rizal falls into Spanish trap.